On Hood Nation, Nidge here, DFX. We're checking out Dio Brando versus ALUCARD. Now, before we begin, watch the original because I'm going to cut a lot of this out, mostly pre-stuff. Maybe after analysis stuff, I'll leave it in there just because then we blah, blah, blah. But yes, support them on Patreon like we do. Cartoon Fight Club is their parent channel. And check out my gaming channel, meganidge. So, brace yourself, mortals. That was a kick-ass battle right there. Oh, shit. Yeah, boy.
For centuries, humanity was obsessed over the myth of the bloodthirsty beast.
Who do I think's gonna win?
Poems, stories, and tellings of such a beast.
I don't know, but I'm gonna root for ALUCARD.
Vampire. Two vampires of modern tellings include Dio Brando and ALUCARD.
Oh, he's a vampire too?
Opposing goals, but today, as they intersect, only one can be victorious. Today, we rewind Rumble.
Yeah, boy. Oh, see, this is... Alright. I'm gonna mute this real quick. Do your best, guys, to not skip commercials if you guys can help it. It puts money in the YouTuber's pocket. I'm gonna edit this out, though. Back, everybody.
Season,
do your best to watch commercials like we do.
That
was a crazy commercial, though, for an ad. But yes, I'm making sure nothing's muted or anything. Alright, so here's the thing I mentioned before. I don't like them showing the stats early.
Stories, both Dio's and ALUCARD's begin many years ago. ALUCARD was born in the year 1431, and Dio was born in 1867.
Damn, ALUCARD's way too slow. He's gonna get outsped.
Vlad at the time was Prince of Wallachia in Romania. As Prince, it was his job.
But he's got hacks, like the way he disappears and does stuff.
Under captivity of Turkish rule, Vlad the Prince used his emotions to wage war against the Ottoman Empire. He lost that war, and his punishment for losing was execution. Before his imminent death, he drank from the blood of the battlefield and became a vampire. As a vampire, he went on a violent rage over many
powers and abilities, the world.
And enslaved into the Hellsing family. Under the wing of Hellsing, ALUCARD was re-given a purpose. Instead of blind rages, he now fights for a cause. Dio Brando was born into poverty.
So I should just put Lilith in here. She'll solo every vampire.
The abuse mainly came from his drunken father. Little did Dio know at the time, it was the misactions of his dad that gave him a shot at glory. For it was his father who discovered the wrecked carriage of the upper-class Joestar family. Dio's father saw this as an opportunity to rob the carriage, but the Joestars misinterpreted the robbery as an act of help. They were mistakenly thankful for this false act of help, so George Joestar promised to adopt Dio if something ever happened to his dad. The moment Dio knew of this, he figured a way to kill his father and enter the Joestar household. But his plans for riches didn't stop there. He tried to kill George himself to receive all the wealth. Jonathan Joestar discovered Dio's plot and tried to stop him. Dio figured he could no longer hide his sinister ways and revealed the
Damn,
stone
this
mask.
Dio guy's a
This
freaking evil.
Joestar home had the ability to turn humans into vampires. Dio transformed himself, and lo and behold, his generation-aging rivalry with the Joestar family tree began from this point on.
Wow.
With the origins out of the way, we can finally discuss the all-important abilities and stats. As vampires, they both have basic vampire-like abilities that include immunity to aging, enhanced physical limits, and a craving for blood. In terms of specifics, ALUCARD is one who wields many firearms, while Dio Brando prefers throwing knives. But throwing knives is just child's play for Dio. His most iconic choice of weaponry is a steamroller. Among all the weapons in anime/manga weapon history, Dio's weapon of choice is a commercial construction value steamroller. You might be laughing now, but these things can weigh up to 44,000 pounds or roughly 22 tons. ALUCARD can easily regenerate torn limbs, broken bones, and recover from organ damage. He can shapeshift into many forms, has access to variations of telekinesis and telepathy, and is extremely durable. When ALUCARD drinks his target's blood, he gains access to their abilities, memories, physical appearance, and soul. Dio can freeze targets to a touch, has SRS eye vision that can shoot razor-sharp pellets, can fly, and arguably his most useful are his stand powers. With Dio's stand powers, he can release and command a Spirit Guardian. With his The World stand, he could freeze time and pretty much cheat his way to a victory. Both these characters have impressive
Yeah, but is
forms.
ALUCARD immune to it, though?
Zero state, which allows him to release many soldiers at once, giving him an army of familiars. Dio has his Heaven Ascension form and his Over Heaven form. With these forms, Dio can access a slight tier of reality warping. He's not exactly an Omni-God, but he does get access to stop time indefinitely as he pleases, as well as minor tampering with reality. As vampires who seek essentially opposite goals, if they ever do actually meet, there's a high chance they will be both the first and the last time they actually encounter each other, as one would reign supreme and the other would be defeated.
See, a lot of this information you gave now almost makes me feel like Dio Brando's gonna win. Alright, everybody.
Now, let's set ourselves a circumstance.
Oh, we got one more commercial. Alright, let's do this.
And now, let's set
Egypt.
ourselves a circumstance. This battle is going to take place within the realms of Egypt with no preparation.
What?
Both of these characters are
What?
very familiar with the entire globe, so location is likely to not play any factors at all, and without any preparation, they are set on equal playing fields in terms of mindset. With that circumstance bar
I don't know.
finally loaded,
Egypt,
it's
blood,
time
his
to
blood magic's gonna
rewind
get eaten
rumble.
up by sand, so that's not going to help him, honestly. Because sand absorbs blood. Alright, let's see this. He's not impressed. 1,000 years too early. Here we do. He's like, what, that's gonna harm me? You know who I am? Well, if his bullets don't work, that's not good for our boy ALUCARD. Oh. Man, I like this animation here. Ah, headshot, yeah. So you can't kill him, man. That wouldn't work on ALUCARD, though, would it? Oh, the steamroller. Hit the... Damn! Oh, come on, man. This one I'm skipping, man. Don't put commercials in the middle of the fights, man.
Turn it all the way up.
Don't do that. The other ones I will watch, but not in the middle of the fight. This could take a while. So I'm assuming Dio Brando won. It appears that way. I don't know. My question is, though, isn't he immune to all vampiric magic, though,
I really
ALUCARD?
hope you enjoyed that animation.
Animation was
Special thanks
awesome.
to Team Animation Rewind Animator Chaos. He worked really hard on this.
Chaos.
If you enjoyed it, make sure you're subscribed
Stats
to
and
this channel.
calculations
We don't
are all
upload
these
often,
guys.
so you better subscribe. Also, special thanks to Elswan62, Durple Purple, and BTL Video Productions for
Purple.
providing the stats and
Purple.
calculations in this post-analysis. If you
Durple
want to check out
Purple.
another
No, it's just
Dio fight,
Purple.
Please watch Fatal Conflict
Yeah.
Episode 2, Dio vs. Spawn, which can be seen
I'm
on
actually
this
gonna watch
channel.
that next.
Stay tuned for
I'm
the
behind.
end of the video to find out who's next and enjoy the post-analysis.
He's a maniac.
The winner of this battle is Dio Brando, but this is no easy victory by
Faster
any means.
than...
A true
He's got
simulation
FTL and
between
time
these two
hacks.
would last far longer, and the battle would be an extremely close call. If you want to compare stats, you can take a look at all four corners of the screen. I'm not going to break down something you can easily
I don't
read.
know, though,
I
if
will
the
instead
time
answer
stop...
the two biggest questions when facing this debate. Question 1.
Will it
What would
work
take
on
for both of
ALUCARD?
these guys to actually die? Question 2, what is the likelihood of either character achieving that point to their opponent? Let's break down question 1. What would it take to fully wipe out both ALUCARD and Dio? ALUCARD himself states in Hellsing Ultimate Episode 2 that there is no such thing as true immortality, so while he is immune to biological aging, he isn't omnipotent by any stretch of the imagination. Dio is in a similar position as well in these regards. He doesn't exactly physically age, but he is susceptible to pain and damage, hence why he tries to avoid getting attacked. But what would it actually take to fully kill off these guys? For ALUCARD, his greatest strength is his weakness, his level 0 form. In this form, he releases all of his captured souls as an army, but while in this state, he can't regenerate efficiently like a vampire. He is far more susceptible to being damaged. While technically, if beaten in this form, he can still exist on some level of existing, but if someone does manage to get past his army and finish him off, his spirit won't be in the third dimension, aka the earth we live on anymore. Sure, he can eventually return, but dying and reviving shouldn't be fair game, considering we are trying to find out who wins in a fight as a better fighter. Plus, both characters have elements of revival.
It'd be a draw then, because he would never be able to kill him then.
So it wouldn't be fair to consider entering the afterlife as a state of being alive. For Dio Brando, he would disintegrate if under prolonged exposure to sunlight, and if he runs out of blood, he would become very weak as he needs outer blood sources in order to regenerate faster.
Mommy always.
Best not skip the commercials if you can.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Weak as he needs outer blood sources in order to regenerate faster and stay in top shape. He is also weak to ripple energy, which has similar atomic properties as sun rays. So now you know why both characters can be defeated. Now, which is more likely to happen? Is it more likely that Dio can get past ALUCARD's army and beat him in the 0 form, or is it more likely that Dio is dumb enough to fight ALUCARD in sunlight or be attacked by ripple energy? Well, for starters, ALUCARD
Egypt
really
has
doesn't have anything in his arsenal remotely
pretty
close to ripple
bright,
energy, and he wouldn't know that Dio is weak to sunlight. As the saying goes, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, so the likelihood of Dio staying in the same place for 12 hours to be damaged like sunlight is very unlikely. Of course, Dio won't know that ALUCARD's 0 form is the best form to attack him in, but he will ultimately have to face ALUCARD in his 0 form because ALUCARD will be pushed to that limit when facing someone as powerful as Dio. Little does ALUCARD know, Dio gets stronger when absorbing blood. His army in the 0 form is nothing but mindless blood-filled zombies.
So then he would actually feed him.
Army Dio can possibly face. It's like asking Mario to face an army of 1-up mushrooms. Why should Dio have any problem facing an army of blood-induced zombies?
Well, I don't think ALUCARD would use that. I mean, yeah, if you're fighting a vampire, you wouldn't give them you wouldn't give them blood.
It's going to take much more than frozen.
So I
to
disagree
stop
with that
ALUCARD,
personally.
But we can't deny that the time stop ability is going to greatly help Dio
Yeah,
in the long
that would
run.
be the hacks right there to win.
ALUCARD. Is there a possibility that ALUCARD can beat Dio? The answer to that question is, of course there is. This is a very close call.
The time
considering
stop,
how
though, would it
statistically
work on
similar
him?
Both characters are. If
That's
they
the
face each
question.
other multiple
He's
times,
basically
I can easily
immune
see
to
some
vampiric
variations where
crap. I'm
ALUCARD
almost
wins and
100%
some
positive he
variations
is.
where Dio wins. But in this variation, with these circumstances, I do believe that Dio deserves to win. Now, some might argue that ALUCARD's blessed silver bullets should impair Dio's regeneration, because it can do this to other vampires in the Hellsing universe.
Right.
But Dio isn't a vampire from the Hellsing universe, nor is he weak to silver or blessings. In summary, ALUCARD's most powerful form is the level 0 form. He uses this form against enemies that are extremely tough. Dio Brando is tough enough to force ALUCARD to use his 0 form. Once in the 0 form, Dio can get to ALUCARD and beat him. The likelihood of ALUCARD getting Dio to be under sunlight is far more harder to achieve than Dio getting ALUCARD to reach his 0 form. Making the winner of this rumble, Dio Brando.
That's an even argument there.
Vampires around.
But
if you want to see a vampire free-for-all, all you have to do is like this video. If this video
I still
gets
think that he's
8,000
immune
likes,
to the time
there will
hacks,
be a
though.
vampire free-for-all.
Like, usually
Also,
vampiric
don't
magic
forget
and
to
stuff
comment
doesn't
down
really
your
work
own
on
ideas
him.
for future Rewind Rumbles, and
But
stay tuned
with
as
that,
the
though, the
next
time
titles
hacks,
are
if
going
yeah,
to
then
be
for sure
revealed.
ALUCARD didn't have a chance there. So we're gonna.
Killed.
Sorry, that's a lot of commercials.
On the next episode
All right.
of Rewind Rumble.
Let's see who we got now. Mewtwo. Or Moo. I want to be the very best. Alright. Versus. Oh boy, we're doing this again. So, Pokemon versus Digimon. We already went down this path before with another SMG4 versus... Oh, jeez. My fan art for Dio versus ALUCARD. That's pretty cool, though, right there. But yeah, I mean, that time stop alone would definitely give him the edge, I would think. But I'm almost positive ALUCARD is pretty much immune to most vampiric magic. Like, I'm almost positive that shit wouldn't even work on him. But... And also, they said that he's not from Hellsing's universes, so his bullets don't work on him. Like, that argument I don't get. Unless somewhere in the Dio show, it's stated that silver bullets and stuff don't work on him. Well, then fine, then I agree with that. But just to say because, oh, well, he's not in his universe, it doesn't work on him. The same could be said with the time skip then. I could automatically just assume right away, like, well, it's not going to work on him because he's not from his universe. He controls time in his universe, but not in... this guy, ALUCARD's universe, you know, like, so that's the kind of argument I'm kind of getting there, is the same can be said on both sides of that. So I personally, I think it's going to be, like he said, we have to at least reach a conclusion who would win in every mashup fight. It sounds like ALUCARD would be forced to retreat every time, but to me, that would just be a stalemate because you could never kill ALUCARD, literally, and ALUCARD could never kill Dio at all, like win the fight. So... either way, though, you guys, I'm actually going to check out that show. That Dio looks like a badass anime. One more anime to my list. I hope you guys are enjoying all the animes I am releasing on the side of all this stuff as well. If you guys are enjoying Hood Nation, like my commentary, all that gaming stuff, your chance to do so is going to be right here. And, of course, we know Rewind Rumble is going to be on one of these sites as well, as long as the playlist to get your feet wet. But if I ain't your cup of tea, y'all go find it. It's out there. Believe it. This is Nidge from DFX. I'm out.